Welcome to Alpha's online training program. Today's discussion is entitled, Why Choose Alpha for Your ASQ Six Sigma Green Belt Exam Preparation Needs? Well, let me tell you, I have been teaching students ASQ Six Sigma Green Belt principles for nearly 2 decades. I have passed almost all of the ASQ certification exams, and I have helped hundreds of students get their certifications as well. Nothing makes up for experience. I'm also a Shingo Award-winning author. Now, part of your exam preparation class is to teach you how to take an exam. This is one of Alpha's great competitive advantages. It's one of the big reasons we're so good at getting high pass rates on ASQ certification exams. Let me explain. I came up with some test-taking principles, not by myself. I hired other people to help me that were experts in the field. But I came up with test-taking principles to match the needs of an ASQ certification exam. It works on all exams, turns out, but it's very powerful. For example, before I learned these principles, I'd go in and take a 5.5-hour ASQ exam, and I would take the full 5.5 hours. I'd usually pass them, but I still would fail once in a while. Then I taught myself these principles. After learning these principles and implementing them into an ASQ exam, I'll go into a 5.5-hour exam. I'll be out of there in an hour and a half. It's and my probability of passing is much higher also. And so that is one of the competitive advantages we're going to give you if you choose Alpha. It will be a life-changing experience as far as how to take an exam. Now, there are some disadvantages with pure online training. So we also allow you to schedule live video conferencing sessions at no additional charge. So if you have some questions along the way, you need some FaceTime with the instructor, just let us know. We'll set that up and we'll help you get through the rough times. All right. Another advantage is you will take this class over an online learning management system, and it's very simple to use. That's the beauty of it. Here's where you go to listen to a presentation. All our presentations are in HD video, much like the one you're listening to right now. This is where you go to take an exam, and we do allow practice exams. So for all exams we have, you can practice those exams. What we have done is we have made test-taking part of the educational experience. It's another reason we have such high pass rates. Then you can come in here and see exam results whenever you want. All your old exams are stored in there. Very easy to use, very pleasant to use. I know you'll like it. Another reason you should choose Alpha is Alpha has the best guarantee in the industry. We guarantee that you will pass on the first attempt, and if you don't, we pay for half of the cost of one retake. To qualify for the guarantee, you must finish all online exams with a grade of 75% or above. Now, this may sound like a trick. You'll say, well, you'll put a hard test in there that no one can get 75% on. That's not why we're doing it. We actually allow you to retake exams, practice exams, until you get an understanding of 75% or above. Then you take the real exam, which is the same exam. We found by letting you take practice exams, it really makes test-taking an educational experience. It's one of the great advantages of using Alpha. So you can get that. You just need to put in the time to get your understanding up to that level. It's not that hard. Read the complete primer and finish all exam questions at the end of each chapter. Now, we don't leave you alone here either. I have an online lecture where we go over half those questions for you. So you can watch the logic I use to achieve the correct answer, and then you can use that same logic on the second half of the test. You should try to get between 75, 80% or above on those primer questions. They're pretty tricky. Then finish all exams and final exams, all practice exams I should say, and final exams, with a score of over 80%. And so again, you can retake the practice exams on these. There's no trickery going on here until you get that level of understanding. If you do all that, guess what? It's highly unlikely I'll need to pay for a retake. And so we're very comfortable with the system we have created to help people prepare for the exam. Let's look at it in summary. what you'll do first after you sign up for the class. You'll listen to all the online lectures and take the associated exams. For the green belt, you have approximately 57 hours of lecturing, approximately 17 hours of testing to take the test from those lectures. Then once you get that, that's definitely the biggest part of the class. Then you'll read, I should say review the primer. We've already covered most of the body of knowledge. It's just another review. And read the primer and work questions in the back of each chapter. We don't leave you alone here. We help you with those questions, as I mentioned earlier. I give you 24 hours to review that. That's just an estimate of how much time it will take. Then 6 hours to practice exams, and remember, you must get 80% there. Once you get that to where you can consistently and comfortably get 80%, it tells me you're ready for the certification exam. So now you go take the Six Sigma Green Belt exam. There's 4.5 hours there for you, and that's the system that we use. If I add all these times together, I end up with 108.5 hours for class time plus the project time. Now, ASQ does not require a project, but if you want to do a project, I will help you with your project. That's where you can schedule the online video conferencing, and I can help you with your project. The project is an option for the class. I encourage that you do a project, but you do not have to do it as far as ASQ is concerned. Okay, so that adds up again to 108.5 hours. If you break that into how much work you have to do per week, well, I recommend you take 3 months to finish this class. And so if you take 3 months, that's 9 hours per week. Now you may decide to lengthen that so you don't have to spend as much time, or you may decide to shorten it. That's up to you. There's all kinds of flexibility there. This is just a recommendation. Well, that's it for this discussion. If you have any questions, please contact me. There's my email address. There's my phone number. I'm more than happy to talk with you concerning any needs or concerns you may have. Well, thank you again for spending time to learn about the Alpha Advantage. I hope you'll give us the opportunity to help you out. We'll help you pass that certification exam. We'll also help you launch your career. Thank you, and have a great day, and goodbye.